All right, so we're back, and I'm going to tell you how CPC has helped various organizations and what are the critical elements that we were able to identify and then probably improve. Okay, so CPC has actually worked in a lot of industries. I'm going to read them through you: robotics, logistics, real estate, retail, project and engineering, based companies, FMCG. You also have, we've been able to do some fantastic work with light engineering companies, technology-based companies, trade and services, and manufacturing. So I'm going to take you through each one of it and what are the trigger points that we shifted because of the approach that we have here. In robotics, in Alligator Automation, which is an end-of-line packaging company, we were able to get the company from 5 crores to 100 crores. So when I say we were able to, we were participating in that to make it happen. Now, what were the trigger points that we shifted initially was the vision of the entrepreneurs, was the mission that the company had to build. And then we started looking at what is the heart of the company. And we realized the core heart of the company was its engineering capacity. So we said we will preserve that and the rest will be all outsourced. And we will have a right assembly line for it. So the moment we started doing that, the turnaround time of projects started becoming better. The next thing that we did in the company was to make sure that we standardized the engineering processes of the company. Now that allowed us to reduce the timeline of engineering and customization. The customer was feeling that it was customized, but internally in the company, we had standardized that. The third very important thing that we did, which is very common that we do in most of our projects, was that we pushed sales every day. Every day we build a mechanism that the sales team has been able to push. We built a sales team for them, educated them, trained them, and make sure that they were able to crack the products at the marketplace. So this is what we did, and similarly was in the integrated robotics as well. Again, this is a robotics company moved from 8 crores to 90 crores in less than 60 months, which is around close to 5 years. Now this is a good scale, all right? This is a good scale in the country, and more importantly, in logistics, how did we apply? In Taj Logistics, which is a chemical transportation company, okay, the company moved from 45 crores to 110 crores this year. Now, what is the change that we made? The company was run through all verbal processes, okay? All verbal processes, highly dependent on the 2 or 3 people in the company. We educated the team. The team was not educated at all. They were, fewer drivers and probably people have got promoted due to loyalty, all of those guys. Not even English was right? So we created customized content for them. We helped them understand the processes, the importance of it. We started implementing them. We started driving the entire measurement and monitoring system on an ERP, all of that, and then started helping them review it, help them understand how to conduct those reviews, how to talk in those reviews. And when that started happening, the speed was increased in the business. So whole purpose of why CPC has to be used is to improve the speed of scale and in the process mitigate the risk of scale. So these are 2 critical items. Okay, let's look at real estate. These are some big numbers. Real estate generally are big numbers. So let's look at this. The OZA Group from 42 crores to 120 crores in 48 months. Vivanta moved from 80 crores to 600 crores in 36 months, and Basail moved from 150 crores to 800 crores in 72 months. Now that's the kind of, and all of these are real estate developers. Apart from Vivanta, Vivanta is also into commercial projects. Both OZA and Basail both are into residential development. So we were able to do that, push sales, push quality. Generally, if you see the real estate brand image of a builder is very, very critical. If people do not trust that brand, then even if he makes great products, it's not good. So we invested heavily in its branding, and that's exactly why things change. So Vivanta happens to be a builder in Nagpur, and this gentleman, we planned it so meticulously that he started sponsoring the big events of the city, marathon events of the city, so that the brand presence was seen all over. Remember, when it is brand presence, the idea is same information has to be repeated everywhere in different forms, and that's when the brand starts establishing. And what is that same information? That's the value system that an organization has, that the vision of the organization, the mission of the organization, that needs to translate it into marketing messages and needs to go everywhere. And that's what we were able to. That was the killer point of how we tipped the scale in real estate. Let's look at the retail. 1 year typically is like a DMart for hardware. Okay, so that's the kind of company it is. In 18 months, the company grew from 3 crores to 18 crores. So if you see, CPC is not just applicable for companies which are 45 and 50 crores and 100 crores. It's also applicable for a company who just has 1 crore. Okay. Now, while we intervene, there is a stage of when we intervene. Okay. So if a company is 1 crore, 1.5 crores, 2 crores, or even up to 3, 4, 5, 10 crores, we recommend them to go through education and probably more or less coaching. But when a company is above 15, 20 crores, we recommend them to go for a specific consulting of a specific target and to achieve that goal. Okay. Why? Two major reasons. A 15, 20 crores company will have financial capacity to have consulting. Second, the owner knows what is to be driven from the consulting. Third, the team is mature to understand that. Or at least there is a team and we can mature them. So hence, at every stage of your business life, it is important whether you need training, whether you need coaching, or whether you need consulting. Okay. Now that goes to the project-based engineering companies. Okay. This was also fantastic. The numbers look really. These are few. I'm sharing the list. The few. Sachi Engineering into spray dryers. Around 12 years, the company was struggling between 30 crores to 42 crores. And just less than 12 months, the company moved to 86 crores. I'm talking about live data, in this year. That makes M Square. M Square got to 18 to 90 crores just in 48 months. This is a cooling tower company, and they make huge cooling towers. Now, what did we tip in that? The tipping scale was the entrepreneur's mindset of making sure that he makes more profit than the top line. So he was constantly struggling. And as the competition was seeping in, his bottom line was getting affected. And now the top line is not there. So fundamentally, we shifted the entire business and said, let's achieve the top line first and then work on our process efficiencies consistently. Year 1, we were not able to save any money, but we doubled the revenues. Year 2, we were able to save around 2%. Year 3, we were able to save 2% and grow the revenue almost 3 times. So that's what has happened in M Square. Fantastic case, family business, both sons in business. We help the sons to make sure that they are getting incubated in the business and make sure that the synergy is fantastic between the entire family so that they can all drive in one direction. Let's look at BS Projects. Again, a fabrication company moved from 12 to 34 crores, sheer by putting sales mechanisms in place. Okay, the product was nice, they were making nice, the factory was nice, but it was very important for them to push sales because sales was just done. Any inquiry that is coming, that is what they were doing. So there was no proactive sales. So we pushed proactive sales there. Neologic Engineers, again, fantastic case. From 90 to 186 crores in just 24 months. Leadership development, the second line was developed in 24 months. They now have 8 to 9 leaders who can run along with them, with the owners. Second important element, we build HR engagement. So critical element was these second line guys, because they are project-driven company, they are high value resources. Now, this company was training everybody and they were not able to retain. So we pegged that issue and we developed a leadership program for them and an engagement program, which is now bounded all those leaders to stay in the company for the next 5 years. Not by a document, but by their own inspiration, by making sure that they are learning, growing in the same company, and they're happy in the process. In the process, the company is grown to 186, right? So revenue is not the goal. The inputs that we give and the processes that we execute is letting the revenue move forward. Let's look at MSM. MSM was 5 crores when we started working with it. 65 crores is what they ended this year. And how did they end? The company reached to around 30 crores and there was a dispute between the partners. In the last 1 year, I was personally involved in making sure that the arbitration goes smooth. So entire arbitration was completed. Once the arbitration got completed, both partners got separated happily. They are friends today and also growing their individual businesses. MSM shot up because of that one reason, because now the one of the partners who's handling the company is completely mentally free. We set up HR processes, we set up manufacturing processes that allowed him to move forward. Also creating a strategy document which tells him which industries he will focus, which companies he will focus, and how would he brand MSM so that strategic partnerships are there. Last, venture steels, same story. It took a little while in venture steel. Two typical reasons. The company comes from a rural area. So the resources that were there were not that qualified, or probably were growing from the from the in the same vicinity, right? So we had to invest a lot of time in their education. So we were educating them as well as setting up processes. So that took a little time, but we were able to tip the scale in 72 months. Let's look at FMCG. In FMCG, we have Gardens Need. What a case. Today, Ravina Tandon happens to be their brand ambassador. There were 3 crores when we touched them. Today, they are 110 crores. What do they sell? They sell, I'm 100% sure you would have some of their material. They sell the garden planters. Okay, it's a North Indian company, typically located in North. And the company has grown multifolds because of 3 major reasons. Reason number 1, the treatment of the employer to the employee is completely shifted. Completely shifted. The employer now respects the employee more, even if he's a ground staff. Okay, even as a factory worker, there is safety and security given to him. There's make sure that he's engaged very well. That's one element. The complete shift in the way we are treating our employees. Second very important thing is we moved from manufacturing and did a forward integration by establishing our own stores for the company across the country. Now, close to around, I think, 40 odd stores have been created, and they're all stored. Now the franchise mechanism has started working for the company. Third very important thing is we moved on international market and looked at Europe, looked at US to export there, and that's where the bigger ticket items started coming up. So these 3 things, of course, when I'm saying these 3 things, it has taken us 60 months, almost 5 years to get it done. But the company's moved, look at the number, it's moved from 3 crores to 110 crores, and now the leaps have started coming faster. Let's look at Nira Valley. Nira Valley happens to be a brand of wine. It is a fantastic company. We did an innovative brand marketing for this company, and you will see in our a lot of cases that we are building, you will see that how this company has also grown. But innovative brand marketing and close-knit distribution network, which is man-to-man mapping, what is done in distribution, that's exactly what we picked here, and the success was being seen. Let's move to the other companies called Light Engineering, Manufacturing, Trade and Services, and Technologies. I'll open up everything for you and just look at this. EC India, from 18 crores to 180 crores in less than 2 years. Okay, in less than 2 years, right? Solar companies, as I mentioned. Again, the company was branded as a social company. So a lot of people joined the company as partners. One of the tricks that we used of engagement was we used retirement police officers and government officers and created them as Surya Mitras. Now, what do you mean by Surya Mitra? They are all retired. They have a pedigree. They stay in good locations. Okay, so we encourage them to save energy, to become a part of this movement along with us. Now, can you beat? We were able to make around 600 Surya Mitras across the state of Maharashtra. And every Surya Mitra, even if we are saying that 10% to 20% of Surya Mitras are performing and giving one order, okay, that one order was around 4.5 lakhs to 5 lakh rupees, which means every month, every Surya Mitra was clogging in close to 10 to 20% of orders, and 120 orders were coming just by these Surya Mitras. They were not paid, they were giving incentives, which they did not need, but we respected them, we got them together, and engagement started. And so Surya Mitras was a hit, right? So that's one. Let's look at TrueStar. TrueStar was I don't know if you know, a Sweden company called Retal, which is into stainless steel cabinets. That's the only company in India which was creating that high quality cabinets. And we made sure that TrueStar is able to match that quality and make sure that the cost is going down. The moment we did that, people were able to compare apple to apple, but an Indian company saving cost, TrueStar started moving faster. Alia Kitchen, again, into modular kitchens and furniture. The company grew because of its franchise model and its standardization in manufacturing. Okay, so we were able to do that, making sure that the showroom experience was fantastic as we were moving there. Similarly, Anand Defense, when we started the company, again around 3 or 4 crores was the turnover. We made sure that the company is doing a lot of backward integration and creating small sub-assemblies and assemblies which improve the value of what they were doing. And because they were single source in the defense industry for India, in defense India, around, DRDOs and all of those places, the value started going up and they were single source suppliers, and hence they were able to demand the price. And because of the indigenization of the entire defense system that the government is planning, these guys were able to do better. Right? So that's how the company grew to 100 crores. So I have so many examples, my dear friends, of how we have used CPC. So what you got to do now is go back to those videos, or you have a list of all of this in, in the page. Tick mark on the things that you need an improvement on and you think that you need an improvement. You at least have 20, 25, 30 item list, okay, okay, these are the things that I think I require. Then when you talk to somebody, probably more 10 things will come up. So likewise, you might have 30, 40 things in your radar if you do your company can scale up. Okay, I wish you do that. In trade and services, from 1 crore to 6 crores for Akshay Agro, Intech Fire Securities from 8 to 19 in 36 months, Integral Technologies from 4 to 12 in 48 months, 2 crores to 26 crores for Streto, long time, 72 months. Varad Automation from 4 to 16 in 24 months. DIF moved from 55 to 155 in 24 months. And around Venture Steel got to 8 crores to 22 crores in less than 36 months. So, these are fantastic numbers when I tell you. And one of the reasons why I am very openly sharing this model to everybody is not because we want to hide it something. It's a fantastic model. Every business owner in the country should use it, globally should use it, and this allows the economy to grow. This allows the mechanisms to move forward. This allows that you can take help and assistance and training and education coaching from anybody who's specialized in the place that you want. But it's important that you use the model, because if you use the model, you will be able to be on track and the direction that you want to go. I will see you in the next section where I'll tell you how the consulting process needs to work on. I'll see you there.